the person you've been waiting for is finally reaching a turning point. They've been navigating through a storm of emotions, overwhelmed by frustration and a growing sense of emptiness that stems from your absence in their life. For a long time, they tried to manage these feelings on their own, burying them under distractions and daily routines. But the truth is, nothing has been able to replace the warmth, the understanding, and the deep emotional connection they felt when they were with you. They're beginning to realize that life without you feels hollow, lacking in depth, joy, and emotional safety. They are tired of living in fear and constant insecurity. They've carried emotional baggage for too long, often pretending to be strong when inside, they've felt lost and uncertain. But amid all this confusion, one thing remains clear to them: you are different. You are not like the others they've encountered, those who judged, abandoned, or betrayed them. With you, they felt safe. They felt accepted, seen, and loved without condition. They know deep in their heart that you are someone they can trust completely, someone who would never turn your back on them when they're at their most vulnerable. Their love for you runs deep. It's not just a fleeting feeling or a romantic attraction, it's a soul-level connection. They miss your energy, your presence, and the way you made them feel at peace, even when everything else around them was chaotic. With you, they didn't have to pretend to be anything other than who they truly are. You made them feel whole. This realization is what's pulling them back to you, stronger and more determined than ever before. There is so much they want to share with you, things they've kept hidden for years. Painful memories, unhealed wounds, personal struggles, and even joyful experiences that they longed to tell you but couldn't. They now see that you were the one person who genuinely understood them, the one who never demanded perfection, but simply asked for honesty and presence. They crave that space again, where they can be emotionally naked without fear of judgment. Where they can laugh, cry, dream, and heal with someone who truly cares. When they think about the moments you've shared, whether big or small, their heart lights up. The sound of your laughter, the way your eyes sparkled when you were happy, the quiet comfort of your hugs, these memories are etched in their mind, constantly replaying like a favorite song. You brought out the best in them. With you, life felt lighter, more colorful, and more meaningful. You made ordinary moments magical simply by being in them. To them, you are not just important, you are the best person they've ever known. They're undergoing an inner transformation. They're shedding their old defenses, the walls they once built to protect themselves from pain. They're learning to embrace vulnerability and see it not as weakness, but as strength. They want to talk to you, not just surface-level small talk, but deep, soul-bearing conversations. They want to know you more, love you better, and give you the kind of commitment that's rooted in honesty and emotional intimacy. This isn't just a passing thought or a temporary emotional reaction, they are being guided by something deeper. Their intuition, their heart, their very soul is telling them to take action. They know that the connection between you is rare and worth fighting for. They want to do what's right, not only for themselves, but for you, and for the bond you share. They're ready to bring justice and balance back into your connection, to right the wrongs, to apologize where they fell short, and to build something meaningful with you. This isn't about coming back out of loneliness or regret. It's about recognizing your value, the profound impact you've had on their life, and choosing you because of that deep, unwavering love they feel. They're not looking for temporary comfort, they want something lasting. They want to rebuild trust, to show you that they've grown, and to prove that they're ready to love you in the way you always deserved. So don't be surprised when they reach out. It may start as a simple message, a gentle check-in, or a heartfelt confession. But behind those words will be a lifetime of feelings they've been waiting to express. They're coming not just with words, but with actions, ready to give you the honesty, love, and dedication that you've been worthy of all along. They are on their way, guided by love, driven by truth, and inspired by the memory of the beautiful connection you once shared, and the future they now hope to build with you. The chemistry I've felt with you has always been out of this world, something I've never experienced before with anyone else. From the very first moment, there was this inexplicable magnetic pull that kept drawing me toward you. It wasn't just a fleeting attraction or a surface-level connection, it was something deeper, something that resonated within me on a soul level. Even when we were apart, I could still feel your energy, like an invisible thread keeping us connected across time and space. There's something so profoundly powerful about the way I feel when I think about you. It's as if the universe aligned just right the day our paths crossed. I often find myself daydreaming about taking you away somewhere, someplace peaceful and beautiful where it's just you and me. I imagine holding your hands, feeling their warmth and familiarity, while looking into your eyes, seeing everything I've ever needed reflected back at me. I crave those long, soul-stirring conversations where we lose track of time, getting lost in each other's thoughts, memories, and dreams. My feelings for you have only grown stronger. What I feel can't be summed up in simple terms, words often fall short. There are moments I find myself completely consumed by you. Sometimes, I can't help but feel sensually obsessed, not in a superficial or physical way, but in a way that makes me want to understand and experience every part of who you are. It's this deep craving to know your heart, your mind, your desires, and your fears. You stir something in me that no one else ever has. After meeting you, I came to understand something I'd only heard about before: love as a healing force. Real love doesn't just fill a void or give you butterflies. It heals you, uplifts you, challenges you, and reveals the most authentic parts of who you are. It made me realize that love, in its purest form, is the most powerful and transformative energy in the universe. It has the ability to soften wounds we thought would never heal and bring light to even the darkest places in our hearts. What I feel for you isn't something that can be explained away as just infatuation or desire. It's not a matter of convenience or timing. It's something pure, raw and beautiful, something that only people who are deeply and truly in love can understand. This kind of love goes far beyond the physical. It's about connection, vulnerability, and truth. It's not about lust. It's about presence. It's about looking at someone and knowing, without a doubt, that this person was meant to be part of your journey. I want a fresh start with you, something real, unguarded, and honest. I want us to rewrite the script and give this connection the space it deserves to grow into something extraordinary. Life is too short for regrets, for unspoken words, and for chances not taken. I want us to take that chance together. Do you still feel what I feel? I hope you do. I hope somewhere inside you, that spark still burns, that quiet recognition of something rare and beautiful between us. Because I haven't forgotten you. Not for a single day. You've been etched into my thoughts in ways I never imagined possible. You're the first thought in the morning and often the last one at night. You live in the spaces between my words, in the pauses of my day, in the beat of my heart. There's something unfinished between us, and I believe it deserves a second chance. Maybe we needed time to grow, to learn, to understand what love really means. Maybe now we're more prepared, more aligned, to experience the depth of what this could be. I'm not here to rush anything or force it. I'm simply here, heart open, hoping that we can find our way back to each other with a little more clarity and a lot more love. If you're still holding on to the memories, even just a little, if you still feel a whisper of what once was, then maybe, just maybe, we can create something even better this time around. I want to hold your hand, walk beside you, and choose you, not just once, but every day. Whatever happens, know this: you have left an imprint on me that no one else ever could. You've awakened something deep inside me, and for that, I will always be grateful. But if there's even the smallest part of you that still believes in us, then I'm here. Ready, willing, and full of love for you. Your partner may not have been emotionally available in the past, not because they didn't care or weren't capable of love, but simply because they didn't have much experience when it came to truly loving someone unconditionally. For a long time, they held the belief that unconditional love was more of a fantasy, something people talk about in movies, books, or fairy tales, but rarely, if ever, encounter in real life. To them, the idea of giving or receiving love without limits, expectations, or conditions seemed like a concept that existed in stories, not in the world they knew. As a result, they built walls around their heart, not out of malice or coldness, but as a way of protecting themselves from being hurt by something they didn't fully understand. But then, something shifted, something changed the moment they crossed paths with you. From the very beginning, there was a sense of purity in the connection they felt with you, something gentle yet powerful that touched their soul in a way they had never experienced before. It wasn't just attraction or chemistry, it was a sense of inner peace, like their heart had found a place where it could rest. Being with you felt natural, almost as if the two of you had known each other in another lifetime. Your presence brought them a sense of safety, warmth, and quiet understanding. For the first time, they didn't feel the need to guard themselves so tightly. This was more than just an emotional shift, it was spiritual. For the first time in their life, your partner felt a true soul connection. It wasn't rooted in infatuation or fleeting passion, but in a deep, undeniable longing that came from within. This desire wasn't about the physical, it wasn't a craving of the body, but a sincere yearning of the heart and soul. You stirred something sacred within them, something they didn't even know existed. And that changed everything. Suddenly, they found themselves wanting to open up, to trust, to lean on someone, not because they were weak, but because they finally met someone who made them feel strong enough to be vulnerable. This connection has opened a door in their heart that had been locked for a long time. They've begun to realize that love doesn't have to be complicated or painful. It doesn't have to come with fear, conditions, or endless doubts. With you, they feel a sense of clarity and truth. You showed them that real love doesn't demand perfection, it simply asks for honesty, presence, and effort. And now, your partner wants to give that to you, not because they feel obligated, but because their soul is calling them to. You've inspired a transformation within them, and for the first time, they genuinely want to be someone who can love fully, give wholeheartedly, and build something real and lasting. Whenever they think about you, there's a deep sense of familiarity. It's as if you've been a part of their life far longer than time can explain. There's something about the way you move through the world, the way you speak, the depth in your eyes, that makes them feel like they've known you forever. You have a mysterious, intuitive presence that draws them in. It's not just curiosity, it's a pull, a magnetism that makes them want to understand you more. They're intrigued by your layers, by the quiet strength and wisdom you carry. They want to learn everything about you, your past, your dreams, your fears, the pain you've endured, and the lessons you've learned along the way. They see in you a kindred spirit, someone who has weathered storms and still shines with grace. You make them want to grow, to heal, to become the best version of themselves, not for you, but because being with you inspires that kind of change. Your energy feels like home, like a sanctuary where their true self is not only accepted but celebrated. They feel seen by you in a way no one else has ever managed to make them feel. That's rare. That's powerful. And it's not something they take lightly. This connection is unlike anything they've known before. It's not about control, or fear, or settling, it's about freedom, expansion, and deep emotional resonance. You've become a mirror for them, reflecting both their beauty and their brokenness in a way that feels safe and healing. And because of that, they're finally ready to love, not with conditions or caution, but with their whole heart. Meeting you has shifted their understanding of love. What once felt like an impossible ideal now feels tangible, real, and deeply fulfilling. You've shown them that unconditional love isn't a fantasy. It's rare, yes, but it exists. And it exists between the two of you.